What's up, Taiwan? I'm Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's January exports fell 21.2%, the steepest monthly decline since the global financial crisis. The decline comes after demand for Taiwan's high-tech goods cooled. Exports to China fell the most. Exports are a key driver of Taiwan's economy, accounting for about 70% of the country's GDP. Taiwan's economy contracted in the final quarter of 2022 as exports started to take a hit. Taiwan's hotels are facing a shortage of housekeeping staff as business bounces back following the easing of COVID-19 restrictions. But as John Van Trieste reports, there's disagreement about what hotels should do to get the workers they need.
A post-pandemic boom. Taiwan's hotels are filling up fast as the travel industry makes a comeback. But there's a problem. Not enough housekeepers to handle the influx of guests. Short-staffed hotels are raising wages, sometimes sharply, as in the case of one Taichung hotel offering close to $1,700 a month. Typically, this work pays closer to $1,000.
个人电话就接了快20几通电话，那电话他柜台来的询问的人特别多。
Others are offering bonuses instead.
你只要有整超过我们预期您要整完的间数的话，其实会另外发奖金的。那以我们实施以来的话，目前的确以房务员来说是领到4万以上的薪资。
With higher wages comes a debate about whether to use a cheaper source of labor.
业者已经呼吁很多年，希望可以来开放外籍劳工。
But rights activists say using migrant labor is not the answer.
It's not a sustainable solution in the long term, especially for Taiwanese workers. And if you look at some countries, say in Denmark, what they expect is that even if migrant workers are brought into the country, their wages or their labor conditions should not be lower than that of local workers, so that it will protect local workers as well.
Taiwan's hotels may have gotten back in gear, but now they face difficult decisions on how to stay open for business. Ethan Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Baseball is Taiwan's national sport, and just like American children who dream of playing in the big leagues, kids in Taiwan have the same desires. That hope is especially high in indigenous communities in eastern Taiwan. In fact, some indigenous players who make it as pros say baseball changed their life. And to give those same opportunities to the next generation, they've been holding an annual youth tournament for almost 3 decades. Yu Jinghuang was there to find out what baseball means to these young dreamers.
It's the final of Care Cup 2022. Taidong's Beinan Elementary is facing a strong team from the same county, Pingtung Elementary. This is a special tournament held by the Taiwan Indigenous Baseball Development Association in eastern Taiwan every year. Players on both teams are mostly indigenous.
办比赛的原因也是让华东地区一些比较偏远地区的小朋友没办法有经费到西部或者北部比赛，然后我们就筹经费，在台东、在花莲，在他们自己的爸爸妈妈前面打棒球。
Eastern Taiwan is less developed than other parts of the country because of its mountainous geography. This is where the founders of the Care Cup grew up. They started the tournament because they felt baseball had given them a better life and wanted to inspire children from similar backgrounds. Professional players take part every year. Players like Taiwan's home run king, Lin Zhisheng. Lin comes from the indigenous Amis people. He wants these little leaguers to dream big. Indigenous people make up only 2.5% of Taiwan's population, and government figures show that they earn less than the national average. But almost half of the players in Taiwan's professional baseball league are indigenous. That brings hope to many indigenous families.
他带给我改善我家里的所有的贫穷人状况。我觉得啊，他没有人可以跟他比，对啊，没有任何一个东西可以跟他。 因为它让我帮助了更多人。
But one of Team Beinan's coaches, Lian Zhiyuan, says the road to the pro leagues is a tough one. He's also an indigenous player who took part in the Care Cup as a child.
因为打棒球就是要拼到最好嘛，可能出国比赛，出国去打美国职棒，或者去日本、去韩国，那台湾最高就是台湾职棒啊。你要打到那个位置，其实相对要付出很大的代价，就是你要花很多时间、花很多精力去充实自己，去加强自己。这样，其实如果没有走到最后面，也不太会改变他原本的家庭状况。
Players who don't make it greatly outnumber the ones who do. Yunlin played in the Care Cup as a child, but he never made it as a professional player.
没打球的几乎都是做苦工啦，对啊，然后像说啊，就是我就想说我去做油漆，学一技之长，也不可能说棒球可以一直打到最后啦。你假如说到职棒了，你30几岁，你被释出了，你还能做什么？你一样还是要去学技术啊，对啊，也是要为了生活啊，对啊。
But the realities of professional baseball don't put these kids off. They still dream about becoming baseball stars. Team Beinan's other coach, Zheng Zhihua, says it doesn't matter where the kids end up. The important thing is that they do their best.
给自己一个骄傲的回忆。曾经在比赛中，我会告诉他们说：“我说好，我说像教练我一辈子只有当过1次国手，但是我也一辈子当过1次的国家队教练。我说我这样子我就足够了。为了这件事情去拼下去啊，我做到了。我说那你们可不可以？我说绝对可以。”
Beinan's young players grab every opportunity to practice. They train early every morning, in between games, and during competitions. And they do this voluntarily, fueled by their passion for baseball. That passion burns particularly strong in one family, where 3 generations have all pursued their baseball dreams.
That was Yujing Huang reporting with Alex Chen and Piqi Zhuang. Tune in later today for part 2, the baseball dreams of 3 generations of an indigenous family in eastern Taiwan. The southern county of Pingtung is working to build a fruitful relationship between Taiwan and Japan. The county government is donating 16 metric tons of bananas to Japan's Kyushu Island. That's enough to fill an entire shipping container. The fruit is earmarked for more than 200 elementary schools there. Pingtung is Taiwan's biggest banana producer. Last year, it exported 635 tons of the fruit. A retired man in southern Taiwan has grown a giant sweet potato weighing around 13 kilograms. The monster root vegetable belongs to Mr. Chen of Chiayi County. He says he started growing produce after he retired and began planting the Japanese variety of sweet potatoes. Chen says he didn't do anything special to cultivate this impressive specimen. He just planted it 7 months ago and let nature take its course. But what will Chen do with this mega sweet potato? He says the vegetable isn't especially valuable, so he'll just cut it up and eat it. A rare visitor has been spotted in central Taiwan's Yunlin County, a bird called the hoopoe. This species is usually confined to the mainland of Eurasia. Biologists say the bird may have gotten lost, but they also say its unusual visit could be a sign that Taiwan's wetland restoration work is helping attract more migratory birds. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images of a former sea turtle hunter who now uses his skills to help turtle conservation efforts in the Philippines. I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.